For SFIM, we are working with the Kenya National Federation of Agricultural Producers, KENFAP for short. Well, the first step that was taken was organizing a national workshop during which the farmers determined the key issues that are important to them, the priorities that need to be researched to provide the evidence that they can use in dialogue with government. And through that process, they identified three major issues to be researched. The first is to look at government interventions in the grain markets. Basically, government is subsidizing the delivery of inputs to farmers. So the Farmers Federation thought it's an issue. We want to look at it to find out whether it's working or not. And if it's working, what improvements? If it's not working, what should replace it? In terms of the outcome of the first research which has been completed, what is clear is that if governments want to promote agricultural development, providing cheap inputs is not sufficient. You need to work on a marketing system that will make it profitable for farmers to continue to produce. But when you have such an outcome as a farmer organization and you want to dialogue with government, what has also emerged very clearly from the Kenya process is that as farmers, you can't do it all by yourself. You can go with the evidence, but you don't go only with your voice alone. You need to network with other organizations, including private sector representative organizations, and also work through policy platforms that have already been set up by government. And I think that is one of the reasons why in Kenya they have made so much progress. The farmers originally were virtually being marginalized. Now, through the SFIM process, and because they are engaged in investigating, they have now become a clear part of the process which is unfolding in Kenya. And it is expected that when the outcome of their research is presented to government, it will clearly set out what is needed to make the system work, but even more importantly, make it work for the benefit of the farming community. And I believe that this is something that SFIM should be clearly very proud of. Original idea behind SFIM was that researchers and farmer organizations should work together. At the international level, it has been possible. We have been able to interact with them and provide the technical support that is required. What was originally anticipated was that a local research institute will also be involved very actively for purposes of building their own capacity to investigate some of these policy issues. Unfortunately, because of funding constraints, it wasn't possible for KENFAP to contract a full-scale local consulting institution to deliver that particular service. They had to do it internally.